Well guys, let's take this thing for a rip, shall we? The little Pinto race car has now been aligned and we have gone through a full inspection and we know our opportunities for improvement. There are a lot of them. We're going to be doing a lot of suspension changes to this thing. We're putting new shocks on it on all four corners. We're putting new springs in it in the front. We're putting new bushings in the suspension, new steering in the front, new rotors in the front, probably in the back as well, new pads on all four corners. There's a lot of little bits and pieces that we need to address, but at the moment, she's locked down and ready to rock and roll. So I've never really driven this car much at all. I drove it a very, very brief moment around Kevin, Junkyard Digs place, and that was in first gear, never really going at any speed. So I think today what I need to do is I need to get a little bit of speed on this thing and maybe go for a little trip around the block here. Now, the reason I really want to do that is because I now have an appointment at a racetrack. Yeah, I have now officially signed up for 2 weeks from now to go racing in this Ford Pinto race car. And that's only slightly terrifying because I've literally never driven this thing other than around the block and onto the trailer. So I'm gonna get it fired up. We're gonna go for a little rip, maybe stop in the gas station, get a little bit of fuel. But I just wanna see how she behaves, see how it feels, roll through the gears, put a little bit of speed on it, see what it feels like, and then bring it back here, and then that's gonna be it. So let's go for a rip, shall we? Graceful. Very graceful. These handles, by the way, I totally thought they were stupid, but now I completely understand. All right. It's a pretty comfortable place to be. Let's get our steering wheel on. All right, steering wheel's on. Just fires right up. Rowdy little 2.3 in this thing. As I understand it, we really don't know anything that's in this motor. It's a roundy-round motor built by who knows who at least 10 years ago, and it hasn't even been touched since then. Nobody's even gone underneath the valve cover to inspect or see what in the world's in it. Supposedly, it's really happy from 3,000 to 6,000 RPMs or more, which is great for me. I'm into that. And it also does tend to stay cool, so I shouldn't have a problem. I do have my radiator fan on a switch up here, and I do have my water temp up here that does work, so I can keep an eye on that. But I don't plan on really beating on this thing too hard. I just want to get it down the road and, you know, get a little bit of seat time. Plus, let's be honest, who doesn't want to drive the race car on the road? Got ourselves a little bit of race car roadblock here. It's a little far back for me.
Oh, that's good. That's nice. Welcome to our normal everyday traffic jam. Sorry if you can't see through my windshield. It's Lexan and it doesn't really clean up well. Need to put a new one in it. Go down a gear and drop it. Manual steering rack does not enjoy the whole slow speed turning thing, but not bad. I definitely need to move forward about 2 inches to get myself into a comfortable driving position, so I need to look into seat rails. For those of you who have raced these things, or done Lemons racing, or any of that kind of stuff, what's allowed as far as seat rails go for adjustability wise? Let me know, I'm curious. Oh, it's so good. It's really not terrible. You know, I just gotta do a couple of things and I can make this something I can drive as a street car. This might be a power tour car. I mean, it really wouldn't take that much. Maybe put a cool suit setup in it to be able to keep me cool. That's one thing I am worried about with going racing in Ohio in September. When these guys race down at Barber, they're doing it in the middle of winter. Now, granted, that's in Alabama, but I'm going to be doing it in Ohio, and it could be 90 degrees out. And I don't even have a fan in this car to keep me cool. So I'm not worried about the car overheating, I'm worried about the human overheating. And I'm a fat bearded guy, so that could very well be a problem. I'm gonna run over to the gas station real quick. We'll put some fresh gasoline in it. Not that I really need to, but why not? Really well mannered.
So, just stopping by Costco like everybody else. Pick up some hot dogs, some steaks, a little gasoline, maybe some toilet paper. Guys, this thing is good. It's good. We're up to 100 and a little less than 180 degrees. Oil pressure is beautiful. Got my PCI race radio situation over here. May need to relocate that because that's going to be a little difficult to get a hold of with this radio when you have a Hans device on. When you're locked in here, you don't really have a lot of lateral motion, which is kind of the whole point of the Hans device. Your head can't bounce around. So being able to do any kind of radio stuff is a little tricky, as I imagine. But need new window nets, I think. Probably new seat padding. Probably new seat belts. You know, that's just expenses that you have when you go race car stuff. So nothing real serious, but it idles here real easily. It drives easily. Nice thing is, also with the amount of tire that's underneath this thing, it's 255 on all four corners, so it has a ton of grip. So I don't really need to worry about breaking this thing loose. I can. I mean, I could goose it and spin the tires, but this thing, I would imagine, is going to handle like a dream. I have a race car, boys. I have lit it like a legit, real race car. Like, that's real race car stuff. Real race car stuff. I'm very excited. If you haven't noticed that, I'm very excited. Yeah, see, first gear, third gear, they're both at the very end of my reach. That's all I got. So, need to adjust seating position a little bit. This thing is so good. So good. Ah. Pump gas race car. Real race cars can go to gas stations. A couple people brought up the issue of the ethanol content in the fuels, whether or not that'll eat the sponge that's in these tanks. I imagine that is probably a problem, especially if you let the fuel sit in here for a long time, but I don't think it's something I'm going to really worry about at this point in time. But it is something to probably look into. Tell me if you think that's going to be a problem. What's your solution to it? I'm sure I'm not the only person that's done this. 10-gallon tank, fuel cell? Oh. Piece of cake. I don't know if that says more about me as a person that not a single person came up to me at the gas station, or if that's more about you guys. Personally, I'd walk up to the guy that drove a race car at the gas station. That's just me. know if this is gonna work, but I'm gonna set you down there. I love it. This is one of the greatest dumb decisions I have ever made. I love it. Tires are definitely flat spotted. I knew that was going to be a problem. It's very vibratory. So I do have another set of tires sitting on over there on my spare wheels and tires, so we'll probably swap those over to this. This has also got a mismatched set of wheels and tires, so I'll probably break them all down, put one set of wheels and tires on this thing, get them all nice and balanced and everything happy. Change the oil, get all the bits and pieces that we've got already ordered, get them here, get them on the car. That'll be coming up soon. What do I do as far as heat mitigation, guys? I want to know what you guys think. Do I need to put a fan in here to be able to keep me cool? Do I invest right away in something like a cool suit or a cool shirt? Obviously, also, I'll have a race suit on, which is going to be even hotter. I don't know if you can tell this or not, but I'm a bit glistening already, and that's just from a couple minutes running around in this thing. Do I look into kind of like treatments on the floors as far as the, heat mitigation mat? DEI also does sell their new little product that goes on the floors that mitigates sound and heat. Is that a good idea versus the weight that I'm going to add to the car? I don't know. I'm going into a whole new world here. This is not something I've ever done before. So if you wouldn't mind, give me your professional opinions or your not so professional opinions and let me know what you think. I'm very excited. I'm really excited to share this experience with you guys. I hope you're going to come along with me on this. I know it's going to be kind of a totally different thing out there in the left field, but I think we're going to have a lot of fun with this. So, thanks for watching. This is Automotive Adventures with Austin. It's all about the adventures that I go on and my own little personal toys and weekends and evenings and that kind of stuff. So, if you're interested in this kind of thing, click on the subscribe button. I hope you are. Hope to see you around. We've got 2 weeks until this thing's got to be on track in Mid-Ohio. We still got a lot of work to do, but I am freaking positive, man. This is going to be awesome. See ya.